You have to be open-minded. It's kind of like a parachute. It can only work if it opens, right? Because nothing goes according to plan, ever. You've got to have a burning desire to succeed, because nothing in life is easy. Everything is a challenge, and if it wasn't that way, a triumph would not be so rewarding. I'm in partner with my brother, and my two brothers in fact, and my wife is in the business with me.
All three of us are so different, and we bring different perspectives to the business, and I think we enjoy the fact that each perspective is so fresh and different. So we work very well together.
One of us may come up with a fantastic concept, the other one will polish it, you know. Everybody
has to wear all the different hats, and we have to kind of interchange when one goes to do something else, and that's the challenging part as well of your own business, because you don't have such a big workforce to make it happen, and you kind of have to roll your sleeves up and do it all.
There you go. Yeah, cold brew tea smoothie. You like it?
That's really good, actually.
You like that? So absolutely, the families, without them, it's very difficult to do it. So absolutely, big part of it. We started in a cart, and the reason why I did a cart was because it was an opportunity for a little bit of money to test the market, just to see what people's reaction would be about tea.
We started it about 16 months ago in Miami, Florida. We put our heads together, decided to start this venture, and we were on the onset of getting a store in Miami. However, when we approached all the shopping centers, we had nothing to bring to the table other than a good idea.
And who's going to be the person to give you a break? So the biggest setback was being a nobody. But we overcame that setback by just presenting ourselves in a very forceful manner with the people at Simon Malls in Miami, Florida. We had a good relationship with them, and they eventually saw what we were onto, and they helped us overcome that setback.
Finally, it came up that we were allocated a space, the Dadeland Shopping Center in Miami, and we were given our cart and we were told we had to have it ready within 14 days.
But the whole concept was already in our heads and ready to be launched. We just needed to put it together. And we already had explored the different teas we would want to carry. So we had done a lot of background research before we went ahead and said we're ready to sign.
The most difficult part of starting was trying to set up a business in a little cart.
People were actually waiting in line and getting frustrated that they had to get served.
The logistics of the cart is very unuser-friendly.
It was a bit chaotic at times, but it was good because we were right in the middle of the mall. So people walking past, we really got to catch their attention, and we had the samples, and a lot of people didn't even know what tea was like. How do you make this? And we had to show them, and it was a lot of fun.
What we found was that people were just totally blown away, and they loved it, and more than anything, they wanted to try the teas. I mean, they're looking at all these teas and they're smelling it and they can't drink it. So we immediately realized that early on that, this has got legs, it's got opportunity, and the only way to do it is if we go and put a tea bar, which is why we insisted that we needed to get a store, and fast. A lot of competition is in your ordinary coffee shop because they do sell tea, and they do try and penetrate that segment of our market that we're trying to capture. So every coffee shop who sells tea is somewhat taking business from us, but we differentiate ourselves on two things. One, we give service, number one. That's number one thing. Service to the customer, service to the people, that when they come into the store, they feel like $1 million. And the second thing is our product. Our product is very specialized in tea, not coffee, not anything else, just tea. So we separate ourselves through service and product, specializing in that product. Early on, when we were toying with the idea of going into the tea business, one of the criterion, the fundamentals, the basics that we wanted was, we wanted it to be bright, bold, and happy and inviting. So the colors have always been at the background, but we just didn't know how it was going to play out when we opened up our store or when we designed the store. So we started with the colors in mind, and we actually started with the label of the tin. These are just 3 colors. We've got 7 labels. The whole idea is that all these are very, very bright and vibrant, and we're trying to make tea look like, almost like candy. Every time people think of tea, they think of medicine, they think of grannies, and they think of stuffy teapots and teacups.
It's 6 o'clock. Time for tea. In the kitchen, Mrs. Watkins is buttering thin slices of bread for tea. She has the meal almost ready. Now at the stove, she makes the tea. From the kettle, she pours boiling water over the tea leaves in the pot. And then it's ready for the table.
In the alternative, they think of, China and Japan and very formal tea ceremonies. And that may be part of its culture and history, but at the same time, I wanted to Americanize it. I wanted to bring it to the guy in the jeans and the t-shirt, and I wanted him to be able, and her, to be able to feel comfortable that they can come in and have a tea without having to go through that formal ceremony. And that's exactly why I'm so excited about the youth being part of our tea movement, is because they are the type of people who we're trying to convert, and they've taken it like a fish to water. The whole idea, that's why we've gone with these bright colors, why we want this vibrant, completely out of the box thinking. We wanted to give tea a new dimension.
I see Tea Junction in 5 years as a company that is going to be growing throughout the United States. We're looking at putting Tea Junction in airports, in strip malls, and more shopping centers, in gyms, and expanding the experience of drinking tea in the way we present it and develop it into a name that people across the country are going to start to know.
Overall, what I like about Tea Junction is that it's a great product at the shop and at home, and it's for a lifetime of benefit for the customer.
You must understand that this is a prototype. So my focus is to get this store right, and once I've got that right, I want to be able to approach investors so that we can raise money to take this on a national level. And the whole idea is that you can only do that when you have the right formula. So once you've got the formula right, the rest will unfold itself naturally. It's how well you deal with adversity that really makes you how successful you'll be. Because we're always going to get adversity thrown at us. If you let it consume you, you're out. If you can deal with it, you're in. And we feel that when you specialize in something is when you have the most opportunity to succeed. And so that's what we're here to do, to put ourselves on the map.